Hey guys, I know you kind of know what we run for the most part, and I sent you a little reminder picture of kind of what the different things we run are for different phases of the game. But just in case, I just thought I'd throw something together. So for defense, I assume we'll just go ahead and stick with the 2-3. Seems to work pretty well. The only thing I would just encourage them to do is make sure that the whole team is moving with every pass. So as a pass goes to one side, everybody's cheating across to try to make sure that the other team's only passes are long passes out of there. So just make sure that everybody's shifting with the ball. If we get an opportunity, if the ball goes in the corner, I think we tend to trap really well in the corners. If this guy comes out to set a trap, this guy comes over to trap. We have to just remember that the opposite guard, the opposite elbow, also comes all the way across to try to defend the pass out of the corner. Really on both sides. So just make sure that when they do trap, and they probably should trap, make sure that opposite guard knows that when we're trapping, that he's responsible for coming over and defending the pass out of the corner. If you want to play with a little man-to-man or something like that, that's fine, but I assume that's what we'll do. For the press, that 1-2-2, this board's not quite big enough, but just make sure they don't over pursue. Let the other team dribble into trouble, and just make sure that we remember that as the ball moves, the opposite guys have to come across and guard middle, and that back same strong side guy's got to defend the pass down the sideline. So we want to push them back and across, and vigorously defend the middle. Make sure those guys are moving back and forth like a string. And if it gets to the middle, they need to recover and get out of there. I should erase that. Press, break. Yell at them if they have to. It seems like we have to sometimes. So we got the bigs on the outside, the smaller guys on the inside. Doesn't really matter. Just as long as the ball handlers are in the middle and the three takes it out. Try to encourage whoever's taking the ball out of bounds, be it Wyatt or Dylan, to kind of pass fake to kind of keep the defense off them. But if we can get it to one of the outside guys, that helps, because the opposite elbow should then angle toward the half court, and then the closest guy should just kind of lag behind and then start to fill the middle. And one of these two guys should be open from this position. If he has to reverse it to whoever inbounds the ball, you can obviously do that. But they can all come to the ball a little bit. Although I don't really like getting it in way down here, but if they need to come in and shake somebody to get open, that's fine. But see if they can get to the outside. If they get it to this is fine. We can run with that. This guy should still, if the ball comes in here, this guy should still angle this way, because he can hit him on a pass here, or he can hit the outside guy, or he can keep dribbling. But just make sure they spread out and get in a 4 across on a press break. You just yell 4 across and they should get it. Out of bounds, most of the area doesn't really matter so much, but if we're taking it out of bounds and we're attacking, what we've been doing is more or less just kind of clustering people, running the 2 post guys at this block, and then having one slip a screen, and then the 2 smaller guys are kind of filling in positions here for either a pass to the corner or an outlet pass. So if you can do that if you want to. One thing I'm going to work on at some of the next practices, I'm going to actually do another 4 across kind of thing, where I have the bigs in the middle, and that the smaller guys on the outside. So if you want to draw this up for them, it's pretty simple. I was just going to have everybody moving toward the baseline, although this guy's going to hold on. So as soon as the break happens, 1 goes to the corner, 4 comes down to the block, 2 kind of pinches in. And what I think will happen is this defender will go here, this defender will cover here, this defender may freeze here, and then this guy can then break to the basket for a layup. So if these 3 go, this guy waits and then goes last minute, he's going to probably get open. And obviously if we can get it in here, anywhere we can get it in is fine, but I think this might actually work, and it'll be a little bit more organized for him rather than just go stack around the foul line. So if you want to draw that up and give it a go, let me know. And then last thing really is the offense, which we don't run very well in general, as y'all know. I think part of the problem is, that we try to overload things. It just gets too congested. And I think Cam and Henry are pretty good shooters, and we've always got their backs to the basket. And they're just, though they can eventually be good post players, they're really not that great at posting up. So what I'm going to play with moving forward is more of a 5 out, or we've got a 1, 2, 4, 3, 5. And really all I'm doing is I'm just pushing them out from the blocks. Rather than starting on the blocks, I'm going to push them out to the wings, because we might have the opportunity, especially if we're going against zones, to penetrate and dish, and get Henry and Cam some shots, from 10 to 15 feet over in the corner, which is something they can both make. The idea behind this would be, and if there's any rules, I guess, it would be that that these guys kind of adhere to the rules they normally do, where I want them to kind of clear out to the sides for the most part, but they can certainly flash to their post or flash to the areas if it's open, and same thing otherwise, and encourage them to stay off the other guy's block, just kind of like we always do to keep it consistent. And then the other guys, they're looking to penetrate and dish, and they just kind of fill each other's spots. So if he passes to the corner, cuts through, the other guys just rotate over like they have been. But I think if we push the big guys to the outside and clear up that middle, that might present some opportunities for Sam or Tyler to penetrate into a middle where maybe there's not a whole lot going on.